Hey there, for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Will Armstrong, Managing Director at Oak City Remodeling. And in this video, I just want to talk about some of the most common questions that we've gotten from potential customers. It's a pretty lengthy video. We've received a handful of questions over the years. I've compiled them all into this presentation. I'm going to talk more about our company, our process, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. Feel free to pause this slide. And if you have any questions that you see specifically, you can go ahead, fast forward, just watch those slides. And if for any reason one of your questions goes unanswered, my contact info is on the last slide. Feel free to reach out to me directly, and I will try and answer your question as best as I can. So one big question that we get is, what makes Oak City Remodeling unique? Well, the remodeling and construction industry gets a bad rap. It's an old school industry with many outdated practices, shady contractors, and super talented craftsmen who do amazing work, but they're not business people. They have no systems or processes, and that typically results in delays, cost increases, and just not a great customer experience. So Oak City Remodeling was created with the idea of putting customers first. We're a full service design and build contractor with core values revolving around honesty, reliability, and excellent customer service. So, what's it like working with Oak City Remodeling? Well, homeowners love working with us because, again, we're honest, we're transparent, we're trustworthy. And I know anyone can sit here and tell you that, but the reviews speak for themselves. We've had some awesome customers who left some really detailed reviews. And that's why we're in business. We love what we do. We have an awesome team, and we're just here to turn your dream into reality and really build your vision, bring that to life. We're full service. We want to take you from A to Z. We want you to have a super stress-free and smooth process. We're very by the book. That means that if a permit's required, we're going to pull a permit. If we need to use a licensed contractor or subcontractor, we're going to do that. We're not going to cut corners. We're not going to cover anything up. We're going to make sure you stay in the loop at all times. And that's another point we have on there. Great communication. You're going to be in contact with many of our team members throughout the process. You're going to have their direct contact info, and they're going to be keeping you in the loop as well. So good communication eliminates a lot of issues, and so we are huge on communication. And then quality and inspected work. You're going to have so many eyes on your project throughout construction. Our team's eyes, city inspectors' eyes, subcontractors' eyes, your eyes. So we want to make sure that at the end of the day, you're getting a super high quality product. And when the project's over, we're not just going to leave. We're going to stick around for a year. And if any issues arise that are within our warranties policies, we're going to make sure that's taken care of. Is Oak City Remodeling licensed and insured? Yes. Our license number is 88045. You can Google North Carolina Board for General Contractors, plug that in, and you can see that our license is active and good standing. And we're insured by Builders Mutual for both general liability and workers' comp insurance. What is a licensed GC? In the state of North Carolina, a general contractor license is required for any project that requires a permit, uses subcontractors, or is over the amount of $30,000. To become a licensed general contractor in North Carolina, it's really not an easy task. It's not as easy as just sending in an application, paying a fee, and saying you want to be licensed. You have to pass a criminal background check. You have to pass both a national and state exam, provide at least 3 character references to the board with your application. It's a pretty lengthy application. Provide proof of insurance and proof of financial stability. They take all of that, they review it, and then they decide, are you going to be a reputable company that treats their customers well? And if they feel so, then they're going to grant you that license. Do I need a licensed general contractor? A lot of people don't really realize, but the city requires permits on a lot of different project types, even if it's small. So in most cases, yes, not only is it required on many projects, especially if you want to count additional square footage, it also provides peace of mind knowing that your project will be completed in the most professional manner. A licensed GC has already been pre-vetted by the Board of General Contractors. So not only has a licensed GC been thoroughly vetted by the state board, they're also monitored throughout the year, and they are required to complete continuing education on a yearly basis and renew their license on a yearly basis. 2 common things that happen a lot are some non-licensed companies will operate under another GC's license. So you want to make sure that if you hire any company, You first want to make sure that if your project requires a permit, that contractor is licensed. The licensed contractor is the one who's actually doing the work, and they get that permit pulled. Can you provide references? Out of respect for our former clients, just how if you were one of our clients, we wouldn't want to be bombarding you with potential customer calls. So we do not share references. Instead, we direct customers to look at our BBB profile and our Google profile. And again, we've had some awesome customers write some pretty lengthy, detailed reviews that hopefully can give you a sense of what it's like to work with us. Do you offer design services? Yeah. Unlike many companies who will contract out their design services, we actually have an in-house designer who's going to work with you from start to finish. It doesn't matter if you have no idea what you want to do with design. She'll start really high level and get more specific, or you can come in with an exact idea of what you want, all the materials picked out, and she's going to tailor her solution to where you're at in the process. Our design services include mood and design board creation, blueprints, 3D models, photorealistic renderings, material selection assistance, site plans if you need them. So we're full service. We want to take you from A to Z, make it as easy for you as possible. Do you subcontract? Yes, our specialty is making sure that you receive a high quality product that meets your needs while enjoying a simple and stress-free experience from start to finish. We have an excellent network of partner contractors to help make this possible. In many cases, it is required to subcontract out work to companies with specialty licenses, such as HVAC, electric, and plumbing. All of our subcontractors are thoroughly vetted. If I wouldn't trust them in my house, I'm not going to put them in your house. We make sure that they are licensed if they need to be. We check their insurance. We make them renew everything on a yearly basis. So yeah, they've been thoroughly vetted, and we make sure that they're going to do a good job for you. Can we live at home during construction? In most cases, yes. We take measures to protect your home as much as possible while also minimizing disturbances. Some examples include putting up temporary walls, floor coverings, using a HEPA filter, temporary doors. But mainly, we focus heavily on planning so that we can complete construction as quickly as possible so that you can get back to your normal way of life. By spending a lot of time on planning, we really reduce the construction time by decreasing our chance of errors, disruptions, and that way we're able to start and finish and get you back using that space as soon as we can. Am I required to be home during construction? No. If someone is required to be home to meet an inspector, for example, we'll just talk about that, coordinate with our team, and we'll have someone over there to make sure that they can meet the inspector or whoever needs to be there at the time. How do you estimate your project costs? There are many factors that influence the price of a project. I'm going to talk about those more on the next slide, but at the end of the day, it's a game of numbers. Your project cost is going to consist of materials and labor, and there's really no guesswork. We're not going to come in and throw out a random number. It is calculated and built to your budget. We're going to get estimates from all of our subcontractors and suppliers during the pre-construction phase. Will my cost increase? So I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about our pricing. You should be wary of any company that provides you a price per square foot or a fixed price from the start. No home, no customer, nor remodel project are created equally. Those three factors alone heavily influence your price. So we design our project to our customer's budget. A higher budget means you're going to have more flexibility over materials and design. A lower budget means you'll be more limited with your finishes. Our prices are priced. There's no hidden costs unless a customer either makes a change after construction begins, or if we discover any unforeseen circumstances. Let's say we take down a wall and there's a ton of mold and the insulation needs replaced. We're going to bring that to your attention. And the cost, it's going to cost a little bit to get that fixed. But other than that, there's no hidden fees. We're really good about sticking to our price. What is your payment schedule? We bill upon completion. Invoices are sent out on Thursday and payment is collected on Friday. We accept bank transfer, check, and credit card payment. If you do pay with a card, you are responsible for the processing fees. We do cover the fees for a bank transfer. A sample billing schedule. Let's say that over the course of a week, we did 100% demolition. We purchased 100% of your framing materials and finished 50% of framing. Well, on Thursday, you're going to be billed for 100% of demo, 100% of the framing materials and 50% of the framing, and we'll collect that on Friday. Let's say week 2, we finish the rest of that framing. You're only going to be billed for the rest of that framing. So really, whatever gets completed that week, you're going to get billed for, and that's what we're going to collect. Do you offer financing? We do not. We just require that any of our customers already secure financing, have it ready to go once we start the project, so that we can collect those payments upon completion. Will my project get delayed? There are 3 things we cannot control: city inspectors, subcontractors, and the weather. As a result, delays are a natural part of construction. That's why we build padding into our schedule. We're upfront with our customers about the potential for delays. In addition, we try to minimize delays by building great relationships with the city inspectors and choosing reliable subcontractors to partner with. As your trusted GC, we have your best interest in mind at all times, and we work hard to make sure that we hit those project schedules. Our talented production team does an excellent job staying on track throughout construction. If for any reason we encounter delays, we're gonna tell you about that immediately, tell you what's being done about it, and let you know what that's going to affect and how that changes the schedule. How will you stay informed throughout the process? Well, great communication is one of our core values. During your onboarding call, oops, typo there, you'll exchange contact info with our team, and you'll discuss your preferred method of communication. Our team will keep you in the loop from start to finish and will inform you of any potential issues, delays, or questions that you may have or that we may have. And you'll have a dedicated project portal, which you can track the schedule, any files, photos, invoices, and more throughout the project. Who will I work with? So we follow a 3-step process. You're going to start with pre-construction, another typo. During this phase, you're going to work hand in hand with our planning and design lead. She's going to work with you on the front end side to make sure that everything's ready to go and your project's 100% ready to start. When we get to that point, you're going to transition over to our production team. You're going to get your own dedicated project manager who's then going to deal with you throughout or work with you throughout the construction part of things. And then once the project is complete, you'll stay in touch with that project manager if you have any issues or anything arises after that first year. They'll be your main point of contact, and they'll get you taken care of. How long will my remodel take? The timeline of your remodel will be determined by a handful of factors, but on average, here's some of our construction timelines. These reflect inspections as well. Again, these are just averages. An owner's bathroom, 3 to 5 weeks. A kitchen, 4 to 6 weeks. Secondary bathroom, 3 to 5 weeks. Addition, 3 to 6 months. Attic remodel, 4 to 6 weeks. Basement model, 4 to 6 weeks. Every project's different, but usually this is kind of what we see. Do you offer a warranty? I already touched on that, but yes, for the first year after construction, we're going to offer a year warranty on any workmanship and material that we've supplied. And any subcontractors we use, they typically offer extended warranties as well. Okay, last question. What are your typical work hours? Typical work hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but some of our subcontractors may ask to work later or on weekends, but we'll always run that by you first and coordinate before anything's lined up or set in stone. All right, so again, thanks for watching. Those are some of the most frequently asked questions that we get. If I was missing anything, please feel free to reach out, give me a call, send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer any outstanding questions that you have. So thanks for looking more into Oak City Remodeling, and hopefully we have the chance to work together.